note. So the next note is the map extravaganza. I know people are waiting for news on the map extravaganza. Obviously that got kind of pushed back because of the Tartarus delay, but we do have the next map ready to go. The next one is made by Artelium again, and it's very, 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 very cool. There will be a video reveal for that, but we're not going to say anything about it just yet. But it's very, very cool, and that's going to happen very, very soon after Tartarus is out. So yeah, it's probably one of the craziest maps that would come to Tornado the Ultimate. So that is after Tartarus. So that is news on that. And then obviously after that one is also revealed, the map extravaganza, there's going to be maps revealed like left and right. So it's going to be very, very quick. The gap between Dealership and this next one was a lot longer than what it will usually be. So it's going to be basically, you know, multiple punches at once. There's going to be a lot of stuff revealed. So yeah. I would say there's probably going to be around 3 maps released at least before summer's over. How many maps have not been revealed yet? I think there were... Okay, so Stadium and Dealership are revealed. I think there are... Oh man, I haven't really looked. I think there's 4 or 5 more coming. 3 of them have a lot of work done. 1 of them's complete. So, yeah, there will be video reveals for each one. Okay, so I think that is the final note. So just to recap very, very quickly before I get to questions, I'm going to close questions in like 2 minutes too. Once I finish the recap. So again, the reason why this is so late is because I just finished development, like working on some stuff. Not finished development on Tartarus, but just finished working like 30 minutes ago. Testing is getting close to being finished. Tartarus release date is imminent. Very, very close to announcing it. I just need to get Hypercane, Dark Beast, and finish the endings done, you know, get those done, and then a few more balances. There are 5 upcoming events: the Tartarus launch party, the Tartarus TI party, the Tartarus Paint the Moon event, the Q&A, the final Q&A with you can ask me anything about it, and then a game night, and then there's the map extravaganza. More maps are coming soon, and that's it. So I'm gonna answer some questions now. Let me just grab a water real quick. I'm like losing my voice. 1 sec. Alright, so we have a few questions here. Obviously I can't answer all of them just yet. Now, if you do have a question that I can't answer now, if it's not answered by the update, you can ask me it like in the final Q&A, which will be after Tartarus, where I'll answer literally anything about TU. So we'll start here. This shouldn't be too long. It's only gonna be for like 20 minutes or so. So if I skip your question, I'm really sorry. Okay, so when is the update coming out? You will know very, 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 very soon. 20 minutes, great final words. Where will the Tartarus room be in the lobby? It's going to be opposite of the Doomsday room. So on the left, you'll have the Doomsday room. On the right, you'll have the Tartarus room. How is Tartarus doing? Tartarus is doing very well in terms of development. Yeah, so far, all the testers who have played it, there's a very good reception. So I'm very nervous about releasing this mode. I'm extremely nervous, but I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Like, you don't even know how nervous I am to drop this mode. But yeah, so far everyone who's tested it has said they love it, and it is very different. I worked really hard on this mode, so I really do hope people like it. What game modes are being added to the merge lineup in 5.0? Quite a few. I will say the ones I can remember off the top of my head, if they're not already in it, sorry if I already say one that's already in it, but the ones that I know off the top of my head, Jackonado has been added. I think Trollnado got added. Same with sub-game mode, so you can get a Giganado and you can get a, what's the other one? Wraithnado. So they've also been added as well. So you can get sub-game modes. You can even get 2 sub-game modes at once. Those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head, but there's a lot. I don't know if Bombs Away is in it already, but I know that it is in 5.0. What are you most excited about to release in 5.0? That's a good question. I would say probably obviously Tartarus. I'm really nervous about Tartarus, but I would say probably Tartarus. But there's also some like QOL updates, quality of life updates that I'm I think that's really cool because it shows like who's alive for the round. So what's really cool about that, so like if you're playing like Doomsday or you're playing Tartarus and everybody dies except one, there'll be like a little notification that says like this person is the last person alive, so you can kind of see who's the last person alive. Yeah, so if the lo-fi bot is a little too loud, I just recommend like right-clicking it and bringing the volume down for it. And the only reason why I say that is because I just like having it playing in the background, because if not, I'm just talking to complete silence, and I don't know, it just makes it less awkward for me. So, but yeah, the dead live counter I think is really, really cool. Removing game mode queues in VIP servers is also really, really cool. So you can remove, anything that's queued, you can remove it. If twisty queues like modes that you don't want, you can remove them. And then you can also do like, what else is there that I really like? I would say those are like the 3 biggest ones. I think 5.0, just as a heads up, you're not going to experience like a lot of changes up front, but like Tartarus itself is where most of the, like almost like 99% of the work has been put into. So it's not like 3.0 where if you play it, everything's going to be very different, or 2.0. But 5.0 is a lot more with Tartarus specifically. But obviously you have like Zombie Invasion, you have Avalanche, you have more merge opportunities, and you have a lot of like quality of life updates too. We did the lighting. I also did the damage systems, very different. So the damage system I will talk about real quick because this is kind of a new thing. There's a lot of changes to the damage of like debris. So like volcanic lava blocks no longer insta kill. And they all kind of work together. So like basically, if you get hit by like an avalanche, you'll have invincibility from like a lava block or a rift debris or something like that for like 3 seconds. So it's instead of just like singular invincibility to that specific part, you'll be invincible to everything else for like 3 seconds. That doesn't include bombs, but bombs have also been nerfed a little bit. Like the Moab mother of all bombs, however you want to call it. The drop duration has been increased from like 8 seconds to like 15 or something like that. So it's not going to be super brutal. Same with the damage to them. But I think it's a good change. Same with lava blocks. They're not going to insta kill you anymore. So that's like another big change. There's a lot of like quality of life changes with this update. The Moab is still very deadly, I would say. It's just, it used to do like 75 to 90 damage per hit. And I think 75 to 95 damage a hit. And I just wanted to lower that a little bit because I think that's just kind of a lot of people have been like reporting getting like hit by something and then like they get knocked into the radius of a Moab and then they die. So I just decided to change that up. Okay, gonna keep going through these. Try to get through them quickly. When will the map tilt 80 degrees? I'm not gonna say when, but it does tilt 80 degrees. But it's very, very cool. The map tilt took a long time to make. It was very, very hard to make it as smooth as possible. And it used to be a complete 90 degree. Yeah, no, it used to be very, very it used to be completely tilted, but it didn't work on maps like base plate or something like that. So, because obviously there's nothing that can hold you up on base plate. So 80 degrees worked pretty well because the map tilt, you're not going to fall right off, but if something were to like knock you over, you'll fall down to the end of the map. The borders don't get in the way at all. So I wouldn't worry about that, to be honest, because I don't think a single person's, experienced an issue with the borders during the map tilt. What are the mountain names for Avalanche? There are 30 names for Avalanche. I don't really know them off the top of my head, but obviously they are all based off of real mountain names. So Denali is one of them. Everest obviously is another one. So I'm gonna ban you for saying that. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. How long is Tartarus? It's actually not too long. A lot of the testers have said that it's like a perfect time. It's definitely the longest game mode, but it doesn't really get old because it is constantly different, if that makes sense. Like phase 1 is different from phase 2, which is different from phase 3, which is different from phase 4, blah, blah, blah. They're all kind of different. It's probably... Oh man, I actually really not have time to... I would probably say 30-ish, maybe 30. Maybe. But it doesn't feel like that, I would say. Might be even a bit shorter, I don't know. But it's not like an hour. So, and you get badges if you survive each phase, so it kind of, but it continues to be different, so you don't really realize like the duration. I think it's pretty well paced. Will Sheep NATO be added to TAU in 6.0? Probably not. Just gonna, let's see. Who do you think is the most swag person in Bob? Chose me, in parentheses, chose me. Well, I don't even know who submitted this. Does Tartarus have a story? Tartarus kind of has a story, but I wanted to focus mostly on the gameplay. So it's not like Taiji. It's not like Taiji 2 where there's like a whole story. Taiji 2 is supposed to be like unique in the sense that it was like a story, linear, blah blah blah. Tartarus, I would say, is more aligned with Doomsday in the sense where it's like it's always probably gonna be like different most of the time. But it's a lot more, I would just say it's not super story heavy. How common are sub-disasters in Tartarus? This is something that we're continuing to balance because I know that some people don't like the, in quote, sub-disaster spam in Doomsday. Tartarus has sub-disasters. I'm not going to say it doesn't because it does, but it's not super spammy. And at the same time, too, the sub-disasters don't insta-kill. and with the damage system, they're not super in the way either, I would say. I think it makes it challenging, but for the most part, I would say the disasters themselves are what sort of is the thing that people die to the most. Super Doomsday does not affect Tartarus sub-disaster intervals. Can we have Infernado sub-game mode? Yeah, it's called Extinguished NATO. And it's an Infernado after it had a fire extinguisher put on it. And if you want to queue it, it's called Q Normal. I'm sorry. I don't think it's an Infernado sub-game mode. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What is the basic concept of Avalanche when you're developing it? I just wanted to make basically... Well, okay, so... The reason for Avalanche, by the way, is because of Tartarus, where, you know, in Tornado Insanity, there were avalanches. And I wanted to basically, you know, try to make Tartarus as true to... At the time when I was making it, as true to the original as possible. So that's why the disaster exists, but I wanted to make it different from the, you know, like the sub-disaster of avalanches where they just kind of fall from the sky. So that's why Avalanche exists, and it's also not like super difficult, I would say. It's probably one of the more tame disasters, but if you're near it and it happens, you know, it can be deadly. But I'm not trying to make every disaster super, super, super hard. I think it's a good inclusion, but I wouldn't expect it to be like one of the more difficult disasters, which I would say the more difficult disasters would be like volcano, alien invasion, hurricane, stuff like that. Okay. We're getting there. We're actually almost out of the questions. We're actually almost out already. Does Tartarus have sub-disasters happening constantly throughout the mode, or they happen at specific times? They happen at specific times. They're not going to be completely throughout the entire mode. So, how much do you do? Sorry. How much do you enjoy scripting, building, and designing games alone or with other people? I've always developed alone for the most part. Like I would say I have developed probably 99% of Tornado Alley Ultimate. Obviously, there's like occasionally I'll work with like, you know, contractors, people who make like, you know, thumbnails, and this is the first time ever I'm having somebody, you know, other people making maps for TAU. So that in itself's a little different for me, but for the most part, I'm solo. Does Tartarus have a boss fight? I wouldn't say Tartarus has like a boss fight, but I would say Phase 4 is the closest thing you'll get to a boss fight. Phase 4 is super, super different. It's not necessarily like a boss fight where there's... I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, in a sense, it's kind of like a boss fight because you're trying to save humanity from Tartarus. But Phase 4 is, like, the closest thing that you'd probably get to a boss fight. Because Phase 4... Yeah, you basically have to disable all of the 4 pillars before the Blood Moon gets to a point where it's impossible to stop it from crashing into Earth. And every time you disable a pillar, Tartarus kind of grows more desperate to try to prevent you from disabling the rest of them. So the thing I like about Tartarus is there's a lot of teamwork that gets put into it. You kind of really have to work, you know, as a team, and you have to strategize. How long is Phase 4? That actually depends on how many people are alive. So if you are not alive for Phase 4, if there's nobody left for Phase 4, it's a guaranteed game over. You will not win. So someone has to be eligible for a survival for Phase 4 to even like basically be a thing. And the time that you have before the Blood Moon like becomes impossible to stop, it depends on how many people are alive. So if there's only one person alive, that one person has to disable all 4 towers, they'll have around like 5 minutes, 30 seconds, I would say. And obviously, the more people you have, that are alive, the less time you'll have. So that's kind of how Phase 4 works. Let's see. Just looking here, let's see. Will there be another Tornado Alley game after TAU's last update? I would never say no, but probably not. There's other stuff I want to work on first before I ever would revisit Tornado Alley. And if I were to ever make another Tornado Alley game, it would be probably like a whole reboot. I would never be able to surpass TAU's like content, I would say. So I've always thought about there were a few things I thought about with Tornado Alley. If there were like three things, or if there were two ideas I had. One was like way back when a lot of people loved storm chasing games. I would have loved to make like a Tornado Alley based off of like storm chasing, and the other one was like a different type of Tornado Alley, but you know, that's maybe for another day. Do you really read the Tornado Alley suggestion thread? I actually do, yes. I promise, I do. I would say majority of Tornado Alley Ultimate's updates have always been based off of user suggestions. I would say like majority of the game modes over all these years have been based off of people's suggestions. Freeze NATO was suggested years ago as Ice NATO. Somebody suggested Shark NATO back in like 2012 or something. Riff NATO was from a suggestion. Mint NATO was from a suggestion. Tartarus, well, not necessarily a suggestion, but you know, everything was based off of people suggesting stuff for the game. Mint NATO, Riff NATO, Fire NATO, which was now Infra NATO, stuff like that. So there's the only ones that I can really think of that like, even Ghost NATO, like obviously I made like the how it worked, but Ghost NATO was stuff, you know, was something that was requested years and years and years ago. Like a lot of these game modes that are in the game now were requested back when like Tornado Alley 2 was a thing back in like 2014. So yeah. So yeah, I do read those suggestions. Is there a badge for the overload encounter? Actually, I do have a badge for system overload. I just never uploaded it. How shocked were you when you got your system overload ghost? I actually did not realize what was happening. I've never had a system overload like naturally, and it was the first time I tested something. I was just testing Tartarus, and I swear I didn't have like anything set to be more common or anything. It just popped up. So I'm just looking through these, hold on. Okay, we're almost done with the questions. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm gonna ruin the Chad fan club day. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm gonna have time to bring back Chad. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to bring back Chad. There's a lot of Chad questions here. A lot of people seem to like Chad, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I feel sad even though I don't know Chad. Rock on, Chad. Wherever you are, Chad, just rock on. Okay, there's really not many questions left. I think that might be like the final one that I can answer. Will you be able to queue unique Tartarus disasters like Hypercane and VIP similar to Yin and Yang? No, you will not be able to queue anything. Like all the ancient disasters, I would say they have just as much work put into them as like a normal bonus disaster, but what makes Tartarus unique are those ancient disasters. So if you think about it, like this update technically is bringing 7 new disasters. Just 5 of them are exclusive to Tartarus. So that's what I would say. So I think that's all the ones that I can answer. I don't think there's many other questions here. Yeah, I think that's the ones. Somebody said waxed, lightly weathered, cut copper stairs. Let's see. Just looking through here one more time. Make sure I look at my notes real quick. So I think that is like everything that I can talk about. Yeah, I think that's basically it. I don't really think there's anything else to talk about right now. So obviously this is super late. It's like 3:20 where I'm at. I'm gonna probably head to bed. But I hope these answer some questions, and then on top of it, I hope you look forward to the stuff that I announced. I think that is it. I'm just looking through these notes one more time. Yeah, so you'll get an announcement for the date very, very, very soon. And yeah, I think that's it. So stay tuned for the announcement. The next time I post in the announcement channel will be the release date. And I think that is all. So I will leave you guys for now, and I will see you guys in, hopefully, who knows, very, very, very soon. So see you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a great night. I'm gonna go get some sleep so I can wake up and get back to work. Until then, stay awesome. I don't know how to end these. All right, bye everyone.